Hello children, as you are studying the atomic structure chapter, in that it is very important thing to know that how electrons are distributed in different orbits in an atom. The arrangement of electrons in different orbits in an atom around the nucleus is known as electronic configuration. The electronic configuration explained by two scientists, Bohr and Bury. So the scheme given by Bohr-Bury to distribute the electron around the nucleus is known as Bohr-Bury scheme for distribution of electron or Bohr-Bury scheme of electronic configuration. First, as I taught you that nucleus is present in the center of the atom and electrons are revolving around the nucleus in a definite path. So, as the electrons are revolving around the nucleus in a definite path, the first orbit around the nucleus has the minimum energy. As we move far away from the nucleus, the energy level of the orbit increases or energy levels become higher. So the orbit nearest to the nucleus has minimum energy and orbits far away from the nucleus have the higher energy. So when we distribute the electron, first electron enter into the lower energy level, then it will, as the electrons higher filled in the lower energy level, then the next orbit will start to fill. When the 8 electrons complete in the next level, then the next orbit start to fill. So these, how to fill the electron, explained by the two scientists Bohr and Bury, and this is known as rules of electronic configuration as Bohr-Bury scheme. First rule: the maximum number of electrons in a particular shell is given by 2n square. 2n square. Maximum number of electrons that can be filled in any orbit is according to 2n square rule. If n is the energy level, that we can also represent by the alphabet K, L, M, N. Then for the K shell, the energy level is 1. According to maximum number of electrons, according to 2n square rule, it is 2 into 1 square means maximum 2 electrons can be filled in first orbit, which is nearest to the nucleus. If this is the nucleus, this shell is known as K shell, and in this maximum number of electrons is 2. The next orbit L, the energy level we set for this 2. 2 into 2 square means 8 electron can be filled maximum in this L orbit. This is the L orbit, and maximum 8 electron can be filled in this orbit. Next is M orbit. Energy level is 3 for this we give, and it is 2 into 3 square. 3 3s are 9, 2s are 18. Means maximum number of electrons that can be filled in M orbit, or we can say third orbit, is 18. Now the fourth orbit, N orbit, the maximum number of electrons filled in this N orbit is according to 2 into 4 square means 32. Means in this orbit orbit, which we designate as 4, maximum 32 electron can be filled. K orbit when contain 1 and 2. First 1 electron, then after that 2 electron. After the 2 electron, third electron will not filled in the K orbit. If the third electron we want to fill, we have to start the new orbit, that is L orbit. Because the maximum capacity for the K shell is 2. For K shell contain only maximum 2 electrons. So we have to start the next orbit to fill the third electron. L orbit contain maximum 8 electrons. After 8 electron, the electron will not enter in the L orbit. Further we have to fill, if we want to fill the electron, means if we fill the 9th electron, then we have to start the new orbit, M orbit, third orbit. Now, second rule is electron field first occupy the lowest energy shell and then the next higher energy shell. As first K orbit filled, which has minimum energy, then K L orbit, which has more energy than the K, then M orbit and then N orbit. Next is electron field. They follow the chemical stability when they have 8 electrons in their outermost valence shell, means octet structure. 8 being 8 electron in the outermost valence orbit is called the octet. So if they occupy the octet structure, then the next orbit start to fill. As M orbit, when get the 8 electron, then further electron will not fill in the M orbit, then N orbit start to fill because of the stability. K orbit contain maximum 2 electrons. If the 2 electron present there, that is called the duplet structure. So if the electrons are filled only in K orbit, that is called the duplet structure, and duplet structure is stable if the atom having the duplet structure, only atom having the K shell and in that it has 2 electrons, then it is chemically inert, chemically stable. Means further it will not form the bond with other atoms like helium. Helium has 2 electrons in its valence shell, which is the stable structure. That's why helium generally not attract with, will not react with other atoms. Hydrogen after formation of one bond become chemically inert because it also get the 2 electron in its valence shell as it shared 1 electron with other atoms. So that is the stable structure. Other atoms try to gain the 8 electron in their valence shell, as the 8 electron means being 8 electron, that is octet structure, is the most stable chemical substance. Means if the atom having 8 electron in their valence shell, it is chemically inert in nature. Further it will not form the bond. Because of this, all the noble gases that we also call the inert gas, they are chemically unreactive in nature. They will not chemically easily react with other atoms or atoms of other elements to form the bond. They are chemically inert in nature. So this is the electronic configuration or arrangement of electrons around the atom according to Boltzmann scheme. Now next is valence shell. What is valence shell? Valence electron and valency. valence shell, outermost shell of an atom is known as valence shell. Outermost shell of an atom is known as valence shell. Valence electron the electrons present in outermost shell, electrons present in outermost shell are known as valence electron. Electrons present in outermost shell are known as valence electron. Now the next topic is valency. The combining capacity of an atom is known as its valency. Means when an atom forms the bond with other atom, with how much atom it will form the bond, how many electrons it will gain, or it will share, or it will take, that is called its valence. As if an atom donate one electron, like sodium. Sodium gives one electron to chlorine atom. So sodium, valency of sodium is 1. Chlorine at the same time gain 1 electron. So the valency of the chlorine atom is also 1. Sodium lose 1 electron, minus electron, and form the sodium ion. Chlorine at the same time gain that 1 electron and form the chloride ion. Means when sodium give 1 electron to chlorine atom, they will form the bond together. So valency of sodium is +1 and valency of chlorine is -1. So in general we are not giving the sign, we are saying the valency of sodium is 1 and chlorine is also 1. Means combining capacity of the sodium and chlorine is 1. Now as water molecule H2O, oxygen here form the bond with 2 hydrogen atoms. So the combining capacity of oxygen is 2 here because it forms the bond with 2 hydrogen atoms. But combining capacity of hydrogen is 1 here because it forms the bond with only 1 oxygen atom. So the combining capacity means valency of oxygen is 2 and valency of hydrogen is 1. So combining capacity of an element is called the valency. Now the term monovalent. Bivalent and trivalent. If the combining capacity of an atom is 1, then it is called the monovalent. Like sodium, like chlorine, they both are monovalent. Other are potassium, bromine, lithium, sodium, potassium. Now bivalent. Bivalent like magnesium, like oxygen, like calcium, strontium, they all are known as bivalent because their combining capacity is 2. Trivalent, the combining capacity of an atom is 3, then it is known as trivalent atoms. As aluminium, boron, They are trivalent in nature. Tetravalent, if the combining capacity of an atom is 4, then it is known as tetravalent. Like carbon, silicon, they all are tetravalent atoms because their combining capacity is 4. Inert element. Inert element are those elements which has electrons in their outermost orbit except helium. Helium has 2 electrons, is duplet structure it follows. So if the element has 8 electrons in its outermost orbit, valence shell, it is inert in nature. Means chemically it is non-reactive in nature. Chemically stable, non-reactive in nature, and valency of the inert element is 0. Means their combining capacity is 0. So this is all for this chapter. Thank you and have a nice day.